So now we're gonna do what's called bridges, which is gonna mimic some of the movements we used in the escapes when our opponent was on top of us in the full mount in step 3 and trying to pin us. So you're gonna lie down on your back and you're gonna get your feet really close to your butt. The closer they are to your ass, the more power you can generate with your hips. You can do a bridge all the way up, straight, or you can do bridges across your shoulders, which are the ones you're gonna be using most of the time. So we roll over our shoulder in a bridge and get our hips high. You can obviously do this to both sides. When you do the bridges, I want the elbows to be really close to the body. Once our elbows go out in a fight, it's usually really bad news for us. So we want the elbows tight as we do the bridges over one side, over the other side, and straight up in the air. Now I'm going to show you what's called the shrimp, and it's when you're on the bottom, it's probably the single move you're going to be using the most. So getting good at it is incredibly important, and it looks kind of silly. It is called a shrimp, so it is kind of silly, but it's incredibly important to do. So once again, you're going to lie on your back now, and you're not going to be completely flat as you were with the bridges. You're actually going to lean slightly over to one hip. Then you're going to straighten out your leg on the one side, the side that you're lying on, and the other side, once again, you bend as close to your butt as possible. On the side that we're bent, you're going to throw your hips out to the side and up towards where your shoulders should be. Again, elbows tight to the body. I use this leg to shrimp out so my hips go high all the way where my shoulders are. Then you can simply pull yourself back in. You lean over to your other side now. You straighten out the right leg because you're on your right hip. You bend the left leg. You use the left leg to get your hips high and up to your shoulders while keeping your elbows really tight. So now we're going to combine the two drills we just did, the bridge and the shrimp. And this is for the most powerful movement of them all that you're going to be using a lot when escaping, and it's also the one we used when we did the elbow escape from the mount. So this time you are going to be completely flat, and now you're going to bridge over a shoulder to one side, and as you're up here, you're going to throw the hips back in a shrimp like we did before, and land. And then you've done what we usually call the power shrimp. So to the other side, I'm going to bring my bridge over my left shoulder, and I'm going to keep my hips high as I do this. From here, I throw my hips back all the way up to where my shoulders are as I land. And that's what we call the power shrimp.